It has been trade talks going on. Do I want Dame to be on the Lakers? Hell yeah.
I hope so.
If that's a pipe dream, let's get into some real trades that can really happen for Damian Lillard. Is my opinion the best Trailblazer ever. Yes, I think he's better than Clyde Drexler. I think he's better than Bill Walton, Brandon Roy, LaMarcus Aldridge, simply off the fact that he turned this franchise. Blazers was worth $370 million when Dame got drafted. Now they're worth $1.9 billion, and it's all Dame. So even if he does get a trade, I don't want to see his career being a failure in Portland, because he gave his blood, sweat, tears to that franchise. He made everybody up top richer. He made the fans enjoy the sport each and every playoffs with game-winning shots, clutch shots, talking ish, and his loyalty. So why are the fans mad at Dame for something that he can't control? The Blazers recently hired Chauncey Billups to a 5-year deal as a head coach, and it was a lot of backlash towards the Blazers franchise, but it was a lot of backlash towards Dame, who had no choice in that decision. Yes, he had an opinion into it, but he didn't run the background check on Chauncey Billups like the Blazers did. And the Blazers did run a background check, and they did find 1997 allegation towards him. A lot of Blazers fans are blaming Dame for not knowing that beforehand. I think as NBA fans, we put Dame on a certain pedestal that's not even realistic, because he's so loyal and so honest and so transparent to his franchise and to his teammates in basketball. He's probably the same way out of basketball as well. But how is he supposed to know 20 years ago what Chauncey was alleged of doing? And the Blazers supposed to know this. They did the background check, and they said they found no alarming evidence or alarming factors to dictate of him not being the head coach. Now, this was the perfect opportunity for Dame to request a trade, because it's looking like Blazer fans are turning their back on him, at least on Twitter, to the point where it's bigger than basketball. So Dame wants to get out of there altogether. Now, it was lingering trade reports beforehand, like a month prior, that Dame wants to run from the grind, and he wants to. Now, it's not rocket science. Like, look at Dame. Dame is turning 31 next year. This Blazers roster is not good enough to contend ever. I don't care what you surround Dame with, unless it's another superstar. I don't care what you do, what coach that you hire. It's not gonna make them a contender in the West. Maybe in the East, but not the West. So it's not like you can wait on young players to develop, and they don't even have young players to develop. Fernie Simmons, Nasir Little, who's good, but they're role players at best. And CJ McCollum and Dame is obviously not working out, so they have to get rid of one or two. And I think Dame wants a bigger plate, wants a better team to go to. Y'all can't blame Dame. I get if he was 26, but Dame stayed loyal to this franchise when it was in and out the playoffs every round, when Steph Curry was whooping his ass every single playoff run. Everyone. Now, in order to get Dame on your team, you do have to give up a lot. Let's look at the last 2 superstar trades that went down and how much they gave up. You got James Harden with 3 years left on his contract. Karis LeVert, Karoots, 3 first-round picks, 4 first-round swap to Houston. A lot of picks. That's a lot of damn picks. What they got out of this is Karis LeVert. Karis LeVert is, by definition, a young player who can be an all-star. I think that's the minimum that you have to give up to get Dame, plus hella picks. Like hella picks. In a place like Portland, it's not a free agent destination, so they want to get homegrown talent or a player that's already established who can sell some tickets. Now look at Anthony Davis with 1 year left on his contract. You got Ingram, you got Lonzo, and hella picks. Ingram, all-star. Lonzo, a young player who can become good. Then you got Hart, already a young player. That's probably the best trade that happened in this past decade for a superstar. I think both teams won that trade. Even somebody like Drew Holiday, who's not a superstar, you had to give up Eric Bledsoe, George Hill, and 3 first-round picks. Damn. So just off that, you can't say Dame is going to the Lakers because we have nothing to give up. I know y'all want to say Kyle Kuzma, THT. The Portland Trailblazers is not taking that. I don't know what team can really trade for him and in turn them being a contender right off the bat, except for a couple teams. The Sixers. Now, A Damian Lillard, Ben Simmons swap with a couple picks involved can work. You got Simmons, you got Maxey, and you got some picks. I think that can work. I think you can have CJ McCollum be the lead guard. Ben Simmons can be 1 through 4. And the Portland Trailblazers had trouble with their defense ever since Dame has been there. So this is, in turn, is going to make the Blazers a better defensive team and make the Sixers a contender, actually. Not just a fake contender, an actual contender. You have a shot-creating guard, Damian Lillard. Then you got Joel Embiid inside as well. Then if you keep Seth Curry, keep Matisse Thybulle, you have defense around Dame, and you also have somebody take the load off Joel Embiid's knees, who are struggling. They are struggling, bro. So Dame to Philly makes sense. I think both parties will be gratified to go there. I think Dame is going to embrace Philly and the culture and the fans, and Ben Simmons gets the do-over in Portland. Lord knows that man needs a do-over. The trade I think that should happen is Dame to the Pelicans. Now, I think this is I think it works for both teams as well as Philly, and I think the Portland Trailblazers can get more from the Pelicans than the Sixers can. Now, first off, I don't want this to happen. I am a big Brandon Ingram fan, and I don't want him to go to another team, bro. It's hard keeping up with your favorite players if they play on different teams. It's too much. Different fans, different coaches, different systems. I'm like, bro, chill out. If Brandon Ingram is really not happy in New Orleans, this trade can work. For example, if you trade Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, 2 young guys and 2 picks, or how many picks you want to put, you do have to include one of the young guys in terms of Kyra Lewis, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Jackson Hayes. If you have Brandon Ingram on the Portland Trailblazers, also with a Lonzo Ball with the sign and trade to the Portland Trailblazers, and you give up Josh Hart maybe and some 2 first-round picks, a young guy, they can easily have a decent team already in Portland without Damian Lillard. Brandon Ingram has been having beef with the front office. As you can see, Stan Van Gundy got out of here in 1 year. David Griffin can save his job if he pulls this trade off. Brandon Ingram gets another start in Portland. Dame comes to Louisiana. Even though I don't think Dame wants to go from small market to small market, the Pelicans also get better in the way that Dame and Zion are going to be an unstoppable duo, period. I think this is the great trade for New Orleans if they want to keep Zion at bay, because Zion already said his frustrations in his second year. That means Zion is not waiting for y'all to get stuff right. So do this trade, have Dame, have Zion, and then build around that for the next 2 to 3, 4 years until you get it right. You have somebody who can shoot anywhere on the court, and then if Dame gets double or trapped, you have a 3-on-4 situation with Zion and the rest of the NBA. And Zion is just as dominant as Giannis in the paint. So this will save your job, David Griffin. This will make Zion more happy because Zion wants to win now. He's not waiting for y'all. Dame gets an unstoppable force in Zion Williamson. Zion probably the best player Dame has ever played with in his career. Even though I still think Brandon Ingram and Zion can still work, I just think they need some time, and I don't think none of those players want to use their time. The Pelicans still don't have a coach. I think they're going to wait until this summer is over to even get a coach like last year, and they have the worst coach in the NBA in Stan Van Gundy, so they can have a short training camp, no practice, COVID, and then have a bad season. Dame to Philly, but I really like Dame to the Pels. I think it works greatly for both sides. Even then, the Sixers don't even want to give up Ben Simmons right now. I don't know what they on right now. I actually don't hope this trade goes down, but if this trade does go down, I think this is the most possible outcome. Make sure y'all like this video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man. On the road to 4,000 subscribers, man. And thank y'all boys for 3,000 subscribers, man. I'm out, man. Peace.